Hello houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna go houseplant shopping for you. You're welcome. Today I'm going to find some decent price listings for some rare houseplants that I think that you might like from shops that I think are probably okay. Obviously, I'm not officially endorsing all of these shops unless I personally ordered from them before and then I'll tell you, but I'm going to try to find you some decent houseplant listings. Last time we did this, you guys bought every single listing. I'm tired today. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty sleepy tired. It has been like, I've been going. We've been doing the daily posting for 6 or 7 days in a row now. Tomorrow's inauguration day. I'm a little nervous, but I'm here and I'm wearing my Lulu's Leaves merchandise. I love this jacket so much. It's so comfy. And I like to hide in it like this, like, Today we're gonna go plant shopping together, and every single listing that I find that I'm like, wow, hey, that's a really good deal, or hey, this is something that maybe I might buy, I'm gonna link it down in the description. And we're gonna start out with rare, Hoyas, philodendrons, anthuriums maybe, some monstera, and then afterwards, if you wanna stay and hang out, we'll look at orchids, because is there anything better than looking at orchids on Etsy? I don't think so. Before we get into everything, please make sure that you hit like and subscribe. Maybe you've been binge watching my videos and you just forgot to hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the community. Also, I have merch you can check out. It's not this merch. This is Lucia's merch, which you should also go check out. It'll be in the drop-down box below the description. And then I also have YouTube memberships, which you can check out as well. It starts at $4.99 and you get exclusive access to different YouTube stuff, private Discord. It's super fun. So check that out. And let's just get into the plants. I love online plant shopping. It is my favorite thing in the world. It's like, and your eyes do not deceive you. My quality has not gone down. We're on a computer. My voice like sounds a little weird today, so like sorry about that. I can't do anything about that. I'm shrinking. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with monstera Albo. Let's kick it off with something fun. Okay, so we have this listing right here. I have absolutely nothing to say about this, and I'm not going to say anything about this. When you see something like this, you know what you say? Nothing, and you ignore it, and we move on to another listing. Goodbye. See you later. I just recorded like a whole thing about that shop for like 15 minutes and I decided, you know what? No. We're just gonna move on. All right, this guy is great. Love this guy. We love variegated 777 on my channel, okay? There's no $10,000 Albos here. Here we go. Here are the Albos. Again, that doesn't mean that necessarily all of these are like an amazing deal, right? But at least you can afford these. I always recommend if you guys want an Albo trade with someone, like if you have something that is as nice as an Albo, please try to do like a trade because you can probably find a good decent trade. So I think that $200 is like the bare minimum price. I think that if they could be sold for $150, like traditionally whenever I have an Albo for sale, I sell it for like anywhere from $150 to maybe a little over $200. I think that the most expensive one I sold ever was like a 3-leaf cutting. It was really, really nice. And I think I sold it for $280 maybe. Almost all of my other Albos I sell for either under $100 or a little over. And if it's kind of in the medium range, I'll do like $150. So I'll tell you why this one is a little suspicious. So this right here is technically a node. This has been cut above the node. So this is what you call a top cutting, right? So this traditionally would have another leaf with another node right here, and normally top cuttings have 2 leaves. So this guy's trying to keep the price lower for people by just doing a top cutting. The issue is that these nodes sometimes aren't fully developed, and just because you have a root, like some things can root without ever growing. Like I have a spent node out of a Boise cutting right now. Probably won't grow, but it might someday. Like you can never rule anything out. This is not something I would recommend buying unless you wanted to experiment with it. If you wanted to do an experiment, then that's totally fine. And it can technically grow because that is the early developmental stage of a node. However, it's not completely developed yet. So it's a little risky, but for the price of $200 in today's plant climate, I'd say that that's like a pretty good bet. This is also a very evenly variegated Albo, and it's very safe. Like, you always want to go for something that's marbled instead of something that's sectoral, because if something's sectoral, there's a huge chance that it can rot. They have just grown so much with their understanding of plants, and you can tell that by like how they sold, because they used to sell them without ever like even rooting them. They would never really make sales, and now that everything's like kind of rooted, because people know that if you buy a plant and it's not rooted, like there's a chance that the leaf can die during shipping. So this person, I can see the character development happening. I appreciate this shop a lot. They're also like the largest seller of Albos for an affordable price on Etsy. Like last time we found a couple banger listings. This is a banger. Okay, this is a banger listing, I would say. So we have the water root right here, and it's very evenly variegated for $200. We also have, I mean, almost all of these are gonna be, honestly, probably fine. This one's really pretty, but again, when you get sectoral variegation like this, there's a chance for rotting. This one, okay, this is I think our slam dunk right here. Yes! This Albo is a slam dunk, and I'm gonna tell you why. You wanna look at the roots, right? So right here you can see where there have been 2 other attempts at aerial roots rooting, and I think that they either rotted away or they just like didn't take, so he cut them off. Right here is what we call a water root, and water roots are incredible. They do this amazing thing where they let a plant grow in water, and then when you switch the plant from water into soil or moss, it becomes more of a terrestrial root, and then it actually starts growing a bunch of roots. This is a very, very healthy root, and when we look at the actual stem, we can see that it's very evenly marbled on all of these. Plus, there's gonna be an axial bud right here and right here that you could put keiki paste on and start like a whole new branch of plant. And look at how even everything is. Like this right here, it's a little bit more expensive, right? $430 is not a cheap plant, but in this climate where literally we just were on the front page and we saw nothing good, this is a plant that I can give the PMA stamp of approval to, as long as it ships fine. Oh my god, he includes free heat packs. Maybe I should buy one of these from him one day and like see if he does accept returns if there's major damage to the plant. You must request it with 24 hours. These are live plant cuttings. They will, yep. Oh, Virgo277, if you're watching, like, let's talk, because I wanna pick your brain and figure out like why you're being so nice. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so this one is not as variegated, so maybe this should be a little less expensive, especially since it's missing a leaf. He's smart, or they're smart. I need to figure out who this is. What is your name? Bo. Hi, Bo. Okay, so he kept the petiole on there. A lot of people, if like the leaf dies, they'll just cut the whole petiole off. So what he's actually doing is preserving the next leaf. So a new leaf can still come out of this even if there's no leaf on it. Like, it can still get pregnant and produce a leaf. But that right there is a little actual root coming out of the aerial root. So that means that this guy is good to go. I probably, if it were me, I'd charge probably like $250 for this instead of $320, just because it's the lack of variegation. But it also doesn't mean that it can't get more variegated. I think the stem kind of looks like it's getting more variegated towards the top, but it's also hard to tell. You know, it's hard to predict that kind of stuff. Let's look at the $200. Let's pick a $200 one that gets the PMA stamp of approval. Ooh, I think we found it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, 100%. I like this one. It also has all the other things that we were looking for. We have the marbled on the top, and we have the water roots here, and it's got nice even variegation, and it actually has like more variegation at the top of the stem than at the bottom. And there's an axial bud, which is that little guy right there. 100%, that's a good buy in my opinion. Obviously, it's still expensive. I'm not saying it's not expensive, but it's the cheapest one you're gonna find on the market, to be honest. This one's $220. It's quite whiter. Oh my god, look at all these nice water roots. That one's even fuzzy. When they get fuzzy like that, it means they're about to start putting out actual roots. Do we have an axial bud? We do. So the axial bud on this one is actually hiding. It's right there. Even though this leaf isn't super duper nice, like, because, you know, it's a little damaged, it's still gonna be like it's gonna put out probably really nice variegation. Obviously with one that's pretty white like this, you are risking getting one that might just be a little too white. Yeah, I'd say that one's a good one as well. And it's just $20 more. So if you did want one that was just a little bit more variegated, you're just paying that extra $20. Let's find one more, because I mean, you guys are probably gonna come to the shop anyways if the other ones are sold out. But last time I only listed like 6 plants that I like really approved of, and they all sold out. Here's another one. That little bump right there means that this is taking. However, you are going to have to grow it in from the new axial bud, which I think is why the price is lower, even though there's 2 leaves and a petiole. I think that this one's nice as well. Maybe I should just buy one and we can do a review. Let me know in the comments if you want me to review this shop, because I've never reviewed them before, but I appreciate that they do returns. I think it's super dumb if plant shops don't do returns within the first 24 hours, or at least offer you like a 50% discount if something goes wrong with your order. All right, this will be our last one. Wow, that is a nice one. This will be our last one if you have a little bit of a higher budget of $460. Instead. So I'm going to have all of these Albos listed in the description. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Using the knowledge that I just taught you, if you've never known about plants before, remember, you want to look for a nice water root or an aerial root that's showing signs of becoming a water root. So you want to look for like something like that. You want to look for no rot. If you see any kind of rot that might be happening, a little bit honestly is fine in my opinion. I think that he roots these in water, which you can always get just like a little bit of issues. You want to make sure that the leaves aren't too white. You want them to be pretty mottled, and yeah. I think that this is a really, really, really nice one. I wish he would sell some with 4 leaves. I never really see that, but I also understand he probably needs to like conserve his stock. And if he sells them with 4 leaves, I mean, he's charging about $100 a leaf-ish, and then it might change a little bit depending on the variegation. Again, nice water root. I'm really proud of this person. I don't even know who they are, but clearly had a lot of character development, because the first couple of cuttings I started seeing them sell like over a year ago, they weren't super nice, but now they're very, yeah, he puts it in a water, submerges the entire stem. I really appreciate this guy. But we should talk. If you're watching this video, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to pick your brain about why you choose the prices that you do, because I know that I and a lot of other people appreciate it. Very similar prices to what I would sell my own Albos for. And also, there's nothing wrong, just like, I want to say this, there's nothing wrong with selling plants that like are damaged like this, like that have like, because that white will get damaged, especially, I mean, this guy's doing like mass propagation, so that kind of stuff is just bound to happen. I appreciate that the price usually reflects if there's damage, and I also appreciate that I don't know, it feels like there's thought that goes into this, and I'm thankful for this shop. I'm thankful that this shop exists. Over 2,600 sales and 5 stars, and yeah. Thank you, Bo, for being considerate. Let's do rare philodendron. Let's search for pink princess, just because you guys love that plant. I also love that plant, but that's cute. 200 flat. Why do I feel like I know the person who owns this shop? I feel like I know them on Instagram. Okay, so they have good reviews, except for one that says that they didn't receive the plant that they purchased. If this is in fact the plant that you're going to receive, and you end up receiving it in an orderly manner, don't offer heat packs. That's weird. I feel like maybe this is just my critique. I feel like if you're a brand new plant shop and you don't really have a lot of experience shipping plants, you should offer refunds, because sometimes there might be mistakes. You should offer heat packs. Just let people have the opportunity to just buy them. I never ever buy from places that don't offer heat packs, so I cannot justify this, especially in the winter. Congratulations on starting your shop, and I hope it goes well for you. Here's a 300 plus heat pack. Yeah, I mean, that's a really beautiful pink princess, but I don't know if it's $300 beautiful. I'm wary about recommending this listing specifically because of the fact that they only have 1 sale. So I have no reviews to guide you guys. However, I will include the link, and if you want to check it out, you can. I would urge caution in buying from new places, but that is just a too good to be true price. The heat pack is included and the shipping is free. $185 flat is what you're paying. I think that that's important. I will also include this one. This is definitely one that's a little bit more expensive, but they do have 5-star reviews. Doesn't look like shipping is free, but that's just a really nice pink princess, so I'm gonna include it. The one we came here for though is this one, which is $195. They only include one photo, probably because it's so sunburnt, they feel like they don't need to. Cosmetic blemishes. I think that this is a good purchase. It is expensive, obviously. However, those cosmetic blemishes are not going, like, those aren't hereditary. So when you get new leaves on your plant, they're gonna look, it's gonna have the good genes. Like, this plant has really good genes, you can see, and all the leaves have a little, like, at least a little bit of variegation. Some of them have like this creamy and pinky look to them, which I think it's what I personally value in a pink princess. I'm not about the blocky variegation. I really like more marbled variegation because it's more stable, and you don't want to buy a plant that isn't going to be stable. And let's look at just a couple of the other shops. This one's really nice too. Free mystery cutting if purchased at the website instead. Well, that's nice. So just so you guys know, Etsy does take like a pretty significant percentage of the profits from people, and a lot of times people do offer like you can just go to their websites and buy stuff instead. So she's probably using that as an incentive to get you to go to her actual website. It's just expensive. I have a hard time recommending plants that are like over $300. This other one over here is like $295, and with shipping it'll probably be $305, but this one's $325. It doesn't have free shipping, so it's gonna probably be like $330, which I know it sounds like, oh, it's just like a difference of $30, but that $30 is really important if you're someone who's on a budget. Which I am someone who's on a budget. I'll include it. She's a new seller. Obviously, again, consider maybe ordering from her website instead of her Etsy. However, I will say I used Etsy for like 2 years, and the really nice thing about Etsy is like the taxes. Like they have a built-in tool to do your taxes through Etsy, so that's really nice. It's not that I'm not someone who's like into importing plants. I've imported plants before. I just know that when you import them, there's just so many things that can go wrong, and it's just, in my opinion, not worth the time. I should say Botanicas does have exceptional pink princesses. They also sell them for in what I would consider to be like relatively decent prices. When you buy a plant from Botanicas, not only do you know that it's going to arrive to you alive, but you know it's going to stay alive afterwards. They also have over 15,000 sales, and they're opening 2 different shop locations in Tacoma, Seattle. I've been there. I've seen all the product for myself. I mean, it can be expensive, but you know you're going to get quality. They also often have these like 60% off sales, like I was telling you guys about last time. I will never not talk about Botanicas, just because in my opinion they're like the best. Oh, cute! Thank you, Paige Tippy, for subscribing. I have it set so that anytime someone subscribes, it pops up like while I'm streaming, but I don't really stream anymore. Oh, Julia, thank you for thank you. And then they also have these Albos, which are like way more significantly rooted than the variegated 777 ones. So, and they're really nice quality. What the hell is going on? Why is it like just now popping up? Is it over? I have a Botanicas Albo, and it's like my favorite thing I've ever spent money on. I think I only paid $50 less than this, and it was a really small Albo too. But these Albos also have like the same rooting situations. Well, not the same rooting situations, but they have the same, like these are all gonna have axial buds, and they're all gonna be quality, and they are budget Albos. So find the best one. I like this one a lot. I would buy that one. And they're all really rooted. So you buy this, and like the odds are that it will like just start growing. Again, it is a little bit more expensive for just the one leaf, but in my opinion with Botanicas, you pay for quality. And that's why I buy from Botanicas more often than I buy from literally any other Etsy shop. If Botanicas has what I want, even if it's more expensive, I buy it because I'm paying for quality, and I'm also know that I'm supporting a local business, and they're amazing people. Like Anya and David are 2 of the nicest people I've ever met, and I can honestly call them friends. So I don't know, I just love them so much, and I love my Albo that I have from them. Pink princesses, I know that they have just like the most beautiful, like we did a giveaway for one, and it was just like the most beautiful pink princess I think I'd ever seen. It's on my YouTube, like the video of that happening is on my YouTube channel. We already have about 15 listings that are going to be listed in the description. Again, make sure to go check out the listings in the description. I love Hoya. Hoya is definitely one of my favorite. Man, I remember when Hoya caudata was like so expensive. It's so weird how like plant finances work, because sometimes plants just get way more expensive over time, and sometimes they get way less expensive. This is a Hoya that I have that I love. My BFF gave it to me. Love you, BB. I simp for you. This one almost looks like a Clemensorium. Hoya Clemensorium is like one of the only Hoyas I'm after right now. I love, well, actually, that's not true. There's a lady that I'm talking to right now that I might buy a couple of her Hoyas from because she's kind of selling her collection. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but people have been growing like plants on terracotta lately. Like just like fully on terracotta, which is so wild. This is one that I would say is a good deal just because of the fact that you can even buy it. This is a really, really hard to find Hoya. 120, wow. I'll include this just because this is a really sought after Hoya. Green Way of Delight is a good shop. I've been following them for a hot minute and they sell a lot of fun things. A lot of Hoyas, a lot of Hoya Enduensis, which is a good Hoya in my opinion. It's very similar to Hoya Canyacumera, I think is how you say it. Kalimantan, I have that Hoya. It's a good Hoya. I'm just waiting for the day when we see Hoya Clemensorium pop up because another globulosa, same price. I'll include this one as well. We got 2 Hoya globulosas. I've literally never even seen these on Etsy before. At Orchids. Wow! Of course, phytosanitary. This, my friends, is my favorite Hoya in the world. Hoya Clemensorium. It knocked my love for Hoya undulata just like right out of the water. It's basically just like a purple Finlaysonii or a purple Calistophylla, and I just so hard with it. This is one that I would definitely import for sure if that was the only way to get it. Some wedding stuff? Oh. I was like, babe, we already got married. Love you so much. Ah! I'm being crushed. I love you. Bye.
Stop recording things.
What do you mean? That's my job. I know. I'm recording a video right now. What are you talking about? Stop recording things. You think I turned that on just for that?
Yeah.
No, I've been, look at this. An hour and 4 minutes. She's happy but also angry. She's like purring but she's upset. I've been blessed. I've been blessed. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing. Oh no. All right, you know, I think that this is a good place to end the video. I've been like, ooh, here's me. Hello. I've been sitting and scrolling for like the last 10 minutes trying to find some more stuff. And honestly, I feel like we covered a lot of ground today. I found a lot of listings that I think that you guys might like, that I think are appropriate prices somewhat. Obviously, all of these plants are still over $200 for the most part. So, you know, use your best judgment. But I am gonna link everything in the description so that you can check it out and get some of these if you've been looking for a plant, but you just don't know what you think is a good buy. A lot of you guys are always asking me for this kind of advice in my DMs, so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna start putting together lists of plants that I think are decent purchases. So thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to hit like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlantMeAshley. Follow me on Instagram at PlantMeAshley. I have YouTube memberships which you can check out. They're so much fun. You can hit that join button, or also I have some stuff. I have a link. It's at the top of the description. That is super fun. Raven's going crazy now because Chris woke her up. But yeah, thanks for watching. I really like making these videos. I don't know if you can tell, but like these are like my favorite videos to make because online plant shopping is my favorite thing to do. So thanks for watching, and thank you to the 4 people who subscribed to me while I was filming like at the same time. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next houseplant section. Go subscribe to Lulu's Leaves. Raven's going crazy. Raven! Raven! What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Kitty! Raven! You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. Raven! You're crazy. You! Okay, bye guys.